We're back. You know who it is. It's your boys from the Side Eye Podcast. William Johnson, aka Phil Elliott, North Dallas 40. Go check it out. Tim Jasper, aka Pipes. Vernon Johnson, aka VJ. You know what we do? We give you our takes on what's going on in Cyclone Land. That's what we do, and you know what? It's been I guess you haven't really heard from us since March Madness, and a few things have happened since then. Um, yeah, it's been a little bit wild for everybody involved in college sports, and Iowa State's right there in the thick of it. The biggest news is realignment. And remember, it wasn't that too long ago that everybody had dug a grave, probably about not 6 feet deep, about 15 feet deep for the Big 12. And how teams like Iowa State and Kansas and K State are going to get left out in the cold. Well, it's nice and toasty over here where we at right now. You know where it's not warm? West Coast. Out there on the west side, the Pac-12 is dead. Oregon and Washington have now joined USC and UCLA to go to the Big Ten. And the Big 12, shout out to your Mac, has brought in Colorado first, then Arizona, and then Arizona State and Utah. So there will be some that would say we're the fourth. I'd like to think that Big 12 conference is the third. Either way, still Power 5, still out here doing our thing. That's all that matters. Football is going to get, first of all, football is going to get a bump just off of Colorado coming in with prime time at the helm. That's for one. But basketball is going to be bananas. Big 12 was already the best basketball conference. And then you go in and add in Arizona, skyrocket. So, best basketball conference, hands down. You miss me with all the ACC jazz. No, it's Big 12, and then the rest of y'all when it comes. Hey, like it's SEC in football, well, it's Big 12 in basketball. Holla at your boys. I mean, what do y'all think about this? About the new 4 ads to the conference?
I love it. I guess as as we talked before, compared to where, and you mentioned earlier, compared to where we could have been going. I mean, I don't think you could have asked for anything better. And you mentioned the some people are saying third or fourth conference. Well, I know one thing. It's the only conference that every year you're not gonna. I mean, you're not gonna be. You don't know who's gonna win. Like Big Ten, everybody knows it's gonna be Ohio State, Michigan. SEC, everybody knows. Alabama, Georgia, maybe LSU. So I think it's going to be the most interesting conference, and like you said, basketball for sure. It's just going to be insane. I mean, I can't even imagine what that first tournament in Kansas City will be like. It'll have to be like a week-long thing, won't it?
Oh, it's gonna. You got to add a days. It's got to probably start Tuesday.
Yeah. So yeah. No, I think it's awesome.
And I even think about Houston.
Yeah, I like it both for football and basketball. Uh, Basketball continues to be exciting, as you said, William. We still have that fast-paced football play as well. Yeah, I think it's beneficial to the Big 12 conference. I mean, we got big coach coming in. We've got some history coming in, both sports. So yeah, fans should be excited about this.
For sure. So, football wise, so I mean, I guess we'll have the four teams this year, and then the four teams next year. So once everybody is all in, who's the powerhouse? Who's top of the food chain? Does anybody come in and knock off TCU, K State off the top?
I don't know.
Oh, go ahead, BJ.
I'm gonna say I don't know because a lot can happen between now and then, recruiting wise. You're gonna have kids that get disillusioned or kids looking for clout coming in. We don't know what Dion's gonna bring to the table, if anything. So yeah, I just gotta wait and see.
I would say TCU because it's private school right in Dallas, and they've always recruited well. So I think they'll be one of the top recruiters in the conference. I think Baylor could do okay too, just because of where they're at. I don't know if them being next with Houston in the conference. I don't know if that'll affect Baylor as far as kids they recruit in that area, but I'd put those two Texas schools in there first. So, but like you said, with Dion, you don't know what kind of national clout he'll have, and obviously he'll be going into Texas too. So,
and that was the big thing about him. Apparently, he was part of the big push to come to the Big 12 because he wanted to recruit Texas.
Yep.
And that would have been a lot easier to recruit Texas when you can tell the kids, hey, possibly 4 times a year we're gonna be in your area, as opposed to, I understand your parents. The closest we're gonna get if we're in the Pac-12 is your parents got to come to Colorado. So I mean, Utah's riding high right now, but 2 years from now, the kids they get may decide, well, hell, I can go to BYU, or I could go to Iowa State or K-State or Kansas, and my parents and stuff my family can still get there. You might see some of that. I mean, I just saw a kid, one of USC's top recruits, just flipped to Oregon after the announcement was made that they were going to the Big Ten. So I mean, there could be some of that for some of those schools. Who would you like to see? I mean, granted, I know you just can't manufacture rivalries, but who would you like to see be a rival out of the new 8 teams that are coming? I mean, UCF is apparently trying to be rivals with every goddamn body. They're just like, we're gonna go mess with everybody and see what sticks.
Hey, they'll come to town with their national championship flag,
Oh my God. Yeah, for real, wearing their 13, and I saw some dude wearing a 13 WWE type belt on, and it's like,
wow,
really? Come on, man.
I mean, I don't
think turn over chain like everybody else and go on.
I mean, I don't think you'll be able to tell. I mean, obviously, things are going to change after next year with the 4 corner schools coming in. But with them comes built-in rivalries,
Yeah.
So
And I mean,
I
BYU Utah is going to be ugly.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's going to be a pretty nasty rivalry because it already is.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got and Arizona State, So
I could see K-State Colorado being a rivalry.
yeah,
Just
Yeah,
off
you
of
got a possibility there.
yeah, just off of proximity. But as for Iowa State, I think Iowa State's probably pretty much going to keep its usual, the ones we've always had.
K-State.
K-State.
Yeah,
I mean, fan wise, Cincinnati's been quiet. Houston's been eerily quiet. I ain't heard a peep out of their fans really.
What?
Uh,
Another one I think for Iowa State could be Oklahoma State, just because within the last 5 years, all the games have been close, and
Yeah.
And even going back to we ruined their national championship hopes.
Perfect season. Well, and it'll be interesting to see what happens with Okie State. I mean, is Bedlam
It's done.
going to stay?
No, it's done. It's done.
So, yeah, I mean, they're obviously going to be looking for new rivals.
Yep.
As well. But man, basketball is going to be fun. I'm like, can we skip the basketball season already? Because you always want to see how you do against those blue bloods, and now we got a shot at getting Arizona.
Yep.
And that's going to be fun. Very fun. So yeah, definitely looking forward. It's a lot easier to smile and talk about this when you're talking about your conference survive and others didn't. Washington State, Oregon State, Stanford, Cal. Sorry. Although I don't think Stanford and Cal are going to be out there very long. I can't believe somebody just didn't go get Stanford. Shit. That's just off the Olympic sports alone. That is enough for me to go want Stanford in your conference.
Yeah, I would think they could be independent, but I don't know.
Only thing that prevents them doing that is they ain't got the greatest football fan base.
Right.
If they had a stronger football fan base, I think it would be easy.
That's why they don't have a conference anymore. They had an Arizona guy on the radio, just getting his thoughts about the whole thing, and he was like, "I wouldn't be surprised if Cal drops sports in the next 5 years."
I had heard somebody say that about Stanford dropping football.
Really?
And being like Gonzaga.
But they don't
have build up your basketball program, have that be the flagship.
Yeah,
and you dominate the Olympic sports already as it is. So I don't know. But you know what? That's for them to figure out.
Yep.
Big 12 sitting good. Sitting fat, sitting flush. That don't bother me anymore. No more Pac-12 after dark. Pac-12 is just dark.
Damn.
Hey, it's so bad for that Pac-12. San Diego State tried to broker a deal, and the rest of the Mountain West got together, came back to San Diego State and said, "We're good."
Yeah, they got jerked around so bad in this whole thing. San Diego State.
Well,
they basically told Mountain West we're out. Yeah, we're good, and then they were like, "Oh,
pretty much.
Yeah.
That's what you get when you go hoeing around, I guess.
Damn.
I mean, too bad for them. Shit, they ran around. They ran around the Mountain West with their pants off, putting their feet up on the coffee table. Thought they were heading to the Pac-12, and now they ain't heading to nothing. So sorry, Aztecs. Hail Montezuma. So it's football season. Gambling was a big issue. Still is a big issue. Gambling has cost Iowa State its starting quarterback. And was Saucer, was he a starter?
No,
he was a
redshirt freshman. He was a redshirt freshman, I think.
So it's cost 2 players, possibly 3 more. We got 3 that aren't practicing, and Jarrell Brock, Isaiah Lee, and Jake Remsburg. Wait, Remsburg plays.
He was tackle. He was left tackle. I'm pretty sure yeah.
That's right. So we don't know that they're not saying anything about why they're not practicing, which is goddamn annoying, and it's kind of stupid. But yeah, they're not giving out any information as to why they're not practicing. Saucer and Deckers have left the team, so I mean, we obviously know. They got the receipts on them, so that's why they ain't around. But nobody said anything about the other 3. I mean,
I assume they're not practicing. I assume they're done for the season.
I would assume.
Yeah, because I don't know why you wouldn't practice them even if they were going to be suspended for 3 games or whatever.
Because if they were injured, you'd just say they were injured.
Yeah.
Right.
If they broke a team rule, you would have just said that they are not practicing because they violated team rules.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're still just maybe they're doing more footwork on them. Because is it the rule that you can't bet? Period.
No, you can bet. You're not supposed to bet on your own sport. Like you can't. They wouldn't
Bet on football.
Right. Exactly.
So maybe they're in the process of they bet, but now we're trying to figure out exactly what it is that they bet on.
Right. Then it goes to how much money you bet and all that other stuff.
Yeah. And were you of age? Because that seems to be the problem. One of the problems for Deckers and Saucer is y'all are underage and betting.
Right. I think that's why they had charges brought against them.
Yeah. That's the old falsifying whatever.
Right, yeah.
Whatever that is. Shout out to CL Tel. They're getting a plug tonight on the cast.
I'm a company man.
You got a shirt on. Yeah, so I mean, with Deckers out, it's is it Rocco's World? Or are we gonna be Dynamite with JJ? I mean, it's gonna be one of those. Probably gonna be possibly a little of both, maybe. I don't know. One starts and the other comes in, or
I would guess they're gonna give. Oh, go ahead, DJ.
I was gonna say, didn't he joke about not having a starting quarterback till November or something like that?
Yeah.
At a press conference.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, if you got 2 quarterbacks, you got none. Is that's the saying? So we got 3 quarterbacks. So I mean, that means we got -1. I don't know, because the third dude who just showed up is the only dude who's played college football. So
yeah. Oh well, Breck got it. He got in 2 games last year, but
yeah. So yeah. I mean, shit. I mean, I almost got in the game. If that's the case, I mean, so I mean, the thing that sucks is so now you're breaking in a brand new quarterback, and one of your starting linemen is potentially gone.
Yep.
And let's just say we're almost a week through practice, and they're not giving us any information. So I mean, we just have to go under the assumption that he will not be in that starting lineup. Now, he's a tackle, right?
Yep. Senior tackle. Yep.
Is he left or right?
I think they played him at left last year.
Yeah,
I could be wrong.
Well,
He
like I
was hurt.
said,
He's been. I mean, his freshman year, he got hurt he was playing a lot. He got hurt in the Big 12 championship game, and then he's had injury issues since then. So he hasn't played a lot.
so he's been in and out.
Yeah.
Okay. Backing up Brock will be Norton, who we found out had a hamstring tear during the season last year.
Yeah.
But he's supposed to be fine now. And then Arlen Harris,
Yeah.
Jr., who comes from good stock. His daddy played college ball and was a pro. His uncle as well. So,
Mom ran track, didn't she?
Yeah. So he's got the genes. Hopefully it passed down. Hey, maybe he came from Stanford. Maybe he knew something ahead of time.
Yeah. I mean,
he knew before everybody else did.
He was a 4-star recruit. I mean, he went to Stanford. I mean, he got a Stanford scholarship out of the deal. He was highly recruited. So
yeah. And I also said, I mean, he can't be a dummy.
Yeah,
you at Stanford, so.
But you got Eli Sanders back too.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think I'm more comfortable at running back than I am a quarterback, just because.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
You got dudes who had carries and whatnot. And then as for Lee, I mean, that hurts.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, that's a big piece. To run a 3.35 and not have that middle part of your three, he's a big old middle part.
Yeah,
that hurts. That hurts
just
big time.
I mean, or even just one less guy that you're rotating in there, because those guys get leaned on so much. They got to keep them fresh. And
I mean, 3.35s aren't necessarily designed for quick 3 and outs.
Right.
You don't normally get a quick 3 and out running 3.35s. You bend and you hope to not break. So Iowa State's gives up a lot of yards and a lot of plays and a lot of time. So yeah, you got to have that depth on defense and to rotate. So I mean, whoever is coming in there, it's got to be a few guys got to step up there. So I mean, definitely going to be testing the culture of Iowa State.
I think Dominique Orange is going to be real good. I mean, obviously he played so much last year as a true freshman.
Yeah. So I mean, there's holes to fill on that defense, but like every team out there, nobody knows anything until that first kickoff.
Yep.
And you probably still don't know anything even after the first game. I mean, shit, win or lose, blow out, get blown out, you still don't necessarily know. So, I mean, I hate that it's you and I in that first game.
Yeah.
I would much prefer our Sisters of Mercy. But, I mean, it is what it is.
Yep.
You gotta swing it that way. Hoops. Men's basketball team is just finished in the Bahamas. 3-0. They even got to go up against a familiar foe, and Mr. Condit, as they played. Puerto Rico. Yeah, Condit was playing for them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That was cool.
Yeah.
But I didn't. I mean, obviously, it wasn't televised. That there was a few clips out there. I think there was an alley from, I think it was Jones, Curtis. Let's make that perfectly clear. To Omaha, and so I saw that one, but they the new transfers showed a lot of did a lot of the scoring, so that's good.
Yeah. Did you see the steal, the Lipsy steal, and he threw it off the backboard to Ward?
Yeah.
Yeah. What caught me about that clip was, I'm like, these dudes are playing like it's a Big 12 game right now on defense, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought that was cool, and just to see those guys like, Jones. What they say, he was like 6 for 7 from 3 in that first game, Curtis Jones, and it's just like, I don't care. I mean, these are just to see the ball go in is in those highlights. I keep telling you guys, they keep showing those practice videos. I keep seeing all these shots go in. It's just like,
well,
guards that can shoot.
Yeah. I was just trying to look up anything score-wise. In the last game, the starting 5 was Lipsy, Jones, Keyshawn Gilbert. I'm sorry, Taman Lipsy. I'll just go with the whole names because now we got 2 Joneses.
Yeah.
Taman Lipsy, Curtis Jones, Keyshawn Gilbert, Trey King, Hassan Ward.
So they went three guards. Interesting.
That was the starting 5. But why won't you give me the stats? It's like literally everything I found, they give you the stats after the third quarter, but don't give you the ones at the end.
Huh.
Like when they played who was that? Zalgiris.
Mm-hmm.
It was 70-38 after the third. Gilbert had 12, King 12, Lipsy 12, Momsolovic 10, Curtis Jones 9, Watson had 4 boards. Robert Jones had 3 boards and 2 steals. Pavelska had 4 assists. Ward had 2 blocks. But then we don't know what happened in the fourth, apparently. The fourth apparently didn't happen. But yeah, I mean, it's nice to see it. It's blowouts and preseason, but it's nice to see that it seems to be a lot of spreading the ball around the different dudes.
Well, I think the way they play defense, now they have the depth to give guys, especially in the backcourt, you're going to be able to switch guys in more. So I think that'll really lead to a lot of different leading scorers,
So all 3 games they went with that starting lineup.
I saw Gilbert. I saw Gilbert finish the tournament. He was like 18-24 for the 3 games. from the field.
So I guess take from that what you will. We don't. I mean, Grant, that's the starting
Yes.
lineup right now.
Yeah.
3 months from now, it could be something completely different.
Oh, you know, there's people out there wondering why Baloo wasn't starting. Wonder what's going on with that.
And I wonder, maybe you're giving him a little bit more of the break, seeing he was with the USA team.
Yeah.
And
yeah, he's only been there like 3 weeks, hasn't he?
Yeah, so maybe it's just like, you know what, you were busting your ass over there. Let's you can turn it down a notch here. We got this under control. You've already gotten reps in, high reps in. I mean, it's not like you were down at the wreck.
Yeah.
Playing against me. You were playing against other stars. So I think maybe they just said go ahead and chill. But Pipes, you like Lipsy, Gilbert, Baloo, King, and Ward.
Yeah.
So take out Jones and put in Baloo.
Yes. Well, I think that would, as far as the most athletic lineup and defense, I think that lineup right there. I mean, can you think of a more athletic starting lineup or lineup that Iowa State's had than that? Just straight up pure athleticism.
Not probably since Willoughby and those guys, maybe.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, because you had Cato on the back end, and
I mean,
but they didn't have the size. They didn't have the size of what that lineup would have.
I mean, we've never had the size until
right
the past few years.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it's probably been that long. Jeez, and that seems like a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Speaking of that, obviously, the sad news about Willoughby.
Long enough for a player to have passed. Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, shooters. So far, so good.
Yeah.
It'll be nice if everybody keeps shooting, and we're not always looking for the one dude to score all make all the jumpers.
Exactly right. You don't have that one guy that, I mean, the last 2 years, it always seemed like if one guy was off, or like if Gabe, was having one of those nights.
You mean win?
So anyway, yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. He occasionally have those nights.
Yep.
And then somebody else will just have to catch fire.
Yeah.
So if they can spread it around, I mean, good Lord, Trey King might have a monster year.
I think you need him to if you're going to be as good as you want to be.
Yeah. Well, he's going to be shooting the threes as well. So I mean, I guess
I forgot about that. Yeah.
So I mean, 100 days or something. There's like 100 days or something until basketball.
That's crazy.
Which doesn't seem that long. I mean, I guess, but there's 24 until football.
I hope it's I hope those 100 days aren't. I hope football can keep us interested. So we're not counting those days.
We lose that first game, you and I'll be making one of those Christmas rings where you just tear off the day, trying to get closer to the next, trying to get closer to the basketball season.
Oh my gosh.
And the Cyclone women are in Greece. We're in Italy.
I I think they're going both, but yeah, I think they're in Italy right now.
Yeah,
okay.
right now they're in Rome.
Okay. And right now they are leading at the half, 47-36. I'm not sure who they're playing.
Did it say who started?
No, they're playing the European All-Stars. Is that much I know, but it did not say who was starting. Yeah, I just saw that they were up 24 or 40 to 47-36 at the half. Well, I mean, no, they won.
That's the final score.
No, the final score is 86-71.
Yeah, they turned it on then.
Yeah. So, I mean, hey, wins a good first win for a team with a lot of new players.
Yeah.
So definitely can't wait to hear how those new players, especially those freshmen, to see how what they did stat wise and how it just went flow wise. I mean, the game was over 5 hours ago. It's a little weird that there's not any kind of report. I mean, they got reporters in the Bahamas. Somebody had to be over in damn Italy, you'd think. But I mean, this is a lot cheaper to get over to the Bahamas than it is over to Italy. But anyway, no. Now I don't know if you saw the Nightmare Do mic'd up pipes, but yeah, I
I didn't
told the
see that.
VJ, and that was good.
It was
Oh,
good.
yeah.
That was fun to watch.
Was it
She's
practice or
yeah, they had it mic'd up in practice. And
oh, cool.
she was definitely the rah, the leader, I mean, if she talks like that all during games, good Lord, she's gonna be hoarse at the end of each game because she was talking all throughout practice. I like the leadership of talking to the younger players and saying this or making a suggestion for that. So no, I mean, and I did see an interview with her where they asked about the people leaving, and she's like, "We got Emily Ryan." She's like,
Yeah.
we've got Emily Ryan leading us, and she's like, I love the young players. I think we're going to be fine.
Yeah.
So,
So
it's not. I mean, I'm not trying to poo-poo Donarski. I mean, that's a huge
you
loss.
can. You can. Yeah.
But it's obviously rah team speak for her to say something like that. But she is true. I mean, Emily Ryan's been cold since she got here. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm feeling comfy now. If she had left, eek.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So
we'd be singing a whole different tune. But.
So did you guys know anything about the LSU transfer? The girl that transferred from LSU?
No, I mean I didn't know. Other than she transferred from LSU.
I think she's from Dallas. They said. I know her stats were, she was only a freshman, but
in high school she was good.
I
mean, she was really talented. I shouldn't say was. I think she's a talented basketball player.
Yeah.
But I mean, that LSU squad was stacked.
Yeah. That's what. Yeah, that's what.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see what she does here at Iowa State.
Yeah.
Is she a post player?
She's forward, isn't she?
Yeah, she played. Yeah, I would say she played more forward when she was at LSU.
But speaking of the size of the men's team, the size of the women's team, this is probably one of the bigger teams that they've had for a while too. With the two new transfer, I forget where the other girl transferred from, but they both had good size.
And the incoming freshmen too.
Right. Yeah.
Because
On top of them.
Oh,
funny
I said transfers. My bad.
Yeah.
because it was it 2 years ago we were talking about, wow, this is a big team. They have Morgan Kane and Jordal and Maggie Vick. Wasn't there somebody else? Maybe not. And then like, oh shit, Suarez came in the next year, and all of a sudden, and those three stayed, and all of a sudden now they were bigger.
Yeah.
And now, you know, they leave, but oh, by the way, sure, there's nobody that's 6'6", but these girls are big
And
Yeah.
athletic.
yeah. Because
And they can do more than just play with their back to the basket too.
no offense to Morgan Kane, but nobody's going to confuse her with being athletic. Same with Jordan or Vic. I mean, those are all traditional fives. Nobody's going to confuse them with a 4. You know, they're a 5. Period. So, but yeah, like you said, these girls can move around, which is, I mean, a big ass benefit. I mean, sure, we'll still be cranking up threes like no other, but now you got somebody who can go track down those long threes.
Yeah.
Any what about predictions on the starting lineup for the women? Obviously, I would assume Ryan and Dew for sure.
Yep.
But everybody else seem up for grabs. I guess we'll have a better idea once we get some reports out of Europe.
Yeah. Like I said, I'd be interested to see what they started with over there.
Yeah. They're not showing nothing. Damn them. But anyway, I'm about to message Chris Williams. Be like, we're trying to shoot a podcast here, and y'all ain't giving up no information. Can we get a starting 5? The men gave us a starting 5. Can we get a starting 5? Who's the starting 5 for the women?
Well, and those guys, speaking of Cyclone Fanatic, I mean, as much as they bring up Trey King at the 5, I'm just like, oh my God. Just after what we talked about last year. And they bring that up all the time. I'm like, and that was before JT Rock came into the fold, but still, even before that. So anyway.
But I mean, it sounds like them. I mean, with Ward starting all 3 games,
yeah,
that might put that all to bed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's crazy to think that he was a dude that at the end of last season we potentially talked about transferring.
Yeah.
And now you be potentially starting 5 in the best conference in the land. Had to get that one also back in there. So, you know, who knows? I don't know. Maybe.
Yep.
You know, you just never know. I mean, but just like we were talking about with football, we ain't gonna know until they've played Marathon Oil.
Yep.
And I don't know whoever else, Athletes in Action, or whoever else they do the exhibitions on before they bring in Jackson State.
I don't think they do the exhibitions anymore. But have you seen the non-conference schedule?
I didn't. I peeked back. I saw VCU as the first game. If they're during Thanksgiving. They're playing VCU during Thanksgiving.
Oh, yeah, no, they're playing. It's bad. It's really bad. Yeah, because that's that tournament, isn't it? But other than Iowa and that tournament, it's really bad.
Good. Let them boys feast for a little bit.
Yeah.
Chalk up some wins. I mean, hey, SEC been doing it in football in week 13 every year. Let them let the basketball teams do that as well. So I ain't gonna go down that road. Never mind. I'm gonna go on a tangent. Um, so yeah, I mean, we're realigned. We got new places to go. Any place, any road trip that you're thinking, yeah, I think I want to go there for football.
I say, I say any road games in Arizona have to be in November.
Please,
Yes.
please. And them coming here also has to be in November.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. BYU.
Same with UCF.
Yeah. I don't know.
I mean, I would. Does BYU do a whiteout?
I'm sure they do.
That would probably be cool to see.
Yeah, it's up in the mountains and everything.
Yeah. Cincinnati.
I don't know. For some reason, I'd like to go to Cincinnati.
I mean, it'd be just for the football game. Nothing else about Cincinnati excites me.
I'd have to try. I'd have to try the chili.
The chili.
Yeah, the Skyline chili they're famous for. It's like it's a white sauce. I mean, it's actually like on spaghetti, but they call it chili.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I never heard of it.
Oh no, yeah, that's what they're famous for.
Huh.
Some people, obviously, people love it. A lot of people don't get it.
I mean, I guess. I mean, Colorado. I never. I mean,
Boulder's always fun.
So I mean, there it is. Red Rock Amphitheater is not too far from there, so you can do a double header. You get a concert in and a game. I mean, Houston's Houston. It's a major city. I mean, it's gonna be at least there's gonna be something to do.
I think I choose Houston before Central Florida.
Because that's Orlando.
Yes.
Oh yeah, touristy.
Right next door to hell.
I mean, Houston. We go check out some family, VJ.
But you know you're gonna get good. You're not gonna get good food down there.
Yeah. True. That is the truth. And after going to Florida, I'm all about going to places with good food. So cool. Well, people, there you have it. Iowa State has survived this round of realignment, and barring some major catastrophe, I think the Big 12 has survived until the next round. We'll see what happens with the ACC.
Yeah,
but I don't think the ACC is going to affect the Big 12 much.
No.
It's just going to be who wants to go to the Big 10, who wants to go to the SEC.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, we could end up with like a Virginia Tech or somebody like that.
Yeah, there you go.
A Pitt.
Yeah.
So who knows?
So
all I know is I'm sick of hearing about all that. And what's worse now is all the people saying how they called it. It's just like, anyway.
Yeah, everybody's an expert.
Yep.
Including us.
Yeah.
All right. So, realignment, football, men's and women's basketball. We're days away from kickoff against Northern Iowa.
For the trip to the dentist.
What time? Has game time been set?
Yeah, it's a 1:00 game.
1 o'clock game.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well, you know how we got out of here. Go Cyclones.
Go Cyclones.
Go Clones.